Greetings, welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy VII with me, your host Fuzz, as usual. And I did say during the last episode that I don't know whether or not I'm making this an entire new series, or whether I'll just go for a few episodes and a few live streams. But so far, you guys seem to be enjoying the last episode I put out, so I'll just keep moving on with this until you folks stop watching, get bored, or whatever the case may be. One of the reasons I'm actually playing this game again is because, first of all, in celebration of the fact that Final Fantasy VII has such longevity, the fact that it's just come out recently once more on Switch and Xbox One, and people are still talking about it. It's still, I think it's the #1 spot on the Switch store as of making this video, which is really exciting for me to see because I'm such a big fan of this game. I'm glad to see that people, including people that haven't played before, are getting to experience it again. And on top of that, this happened to be one of the first walkthroughs I made for my channel back in 2012. And back then, when I made that walkthrough, it didn't really bring in many viewers. I was literally getting maybe 2 or 3 viewers per video over the course of a week or something. But if you look at it now, some of those episodes have over 100,000 views. And I just thought we'd celebrate that fact by just, reminding ourselves as to pretty much how my YouTube channel really got started, and just having another few episodes of the game. So maybe I'll keep going with this one. I do like to think that my content has improved a little bit since 2012, so it wouldn't hurt to redo this series. But if I do give up at any point, you can always go and continue to check that previous series out, so that you're not just left in the dark, especially if you're following through for the first time. Alright then folks, well, let's get started for today. I said previously we're going to be having a bit of a chill out for now, a bit of a low profile. We have just blown up one of Shinra's magnificently expensive, no doubt, Mako reactors. They're not going to be best pleased about that. So yeah, we need to keep our heads down for the time being. And what we're going to do is head over to the next screen here. Now we can see where the rest of Avalanche are heading to. Over to, you can't read that sign too clearly, but I think it says Tifa's bar, and just above that is a sign that says the 7th heaven. So that's the building we're going to be making our way over to, and we can begin by speaking to Barrett, who tells us, okay, go on ahead. So let's head inside. And we are going to be greeted by a fair bit of dialogue, and just as a warning for you guys, especially, many of you that are probably used to more modern means of storytelling in games here in 2019, that the storytelling in Final Fantasy VII is going to involve a lot of reading. There's no voice acting, of course, but there is a lot of dialogue to get through, and I suggest that you do so. Try not to skip through it, because the story in this game is utterly captivating. It really, really is. And it's one of the main reasons that I love this game so much. So I do advise you to actually read through what is being spoken by the characters. Okay, sometimes it's not important, but you never know when it's going to be. And here we're going to be getting some backstory on some of the characters that we've been introduced to, and a couple, especially one in particular, that we're about to be introduced to here. Welcome home, Cloud. Looks like everything went well. Did you fight with Barrett? So once again, you can see that we've got a dialogue option here. Now this one is not going to make any difference to the trophy / achievement, which incidentally, as far as I'm aware, you cannot get on Switch. I probably should have mentioned that last time. However, the effects of the trophy, which is a special event later on, you can still witness on Switch. So you might want to pay attention to some of the dialogue options as I mention them to you. Anyway, I'm going to select not this time, though I don't think that one really makes any difference. When you were little, you used to get into fights at the drop of the hat. So clearly, Cloud and this new character know each other very well, or at least have known each other for a long time. And the new character is, of course, Tifa. I'm sure you all knew that, of course. Even if you don't know a whole lot about Final Fantasy VII, it's difficult to avoid many of the character references from this game, pretty much all over gaming culture. You almost never see them here in the slums. Yeah, I suppose it's difficult for flowers to grow because of the huge plate that's over the top, blocking out the sky. A flower for me? Oh, Cloud, you shouldn't have. Right, so if you're going for the trophy later, and I'm just going to have to, I think, explain to you how this trophy is going to work and what the scene is, because if I don't, it's just going to be really tough to explain, you know, these dialogue options and whatnot. Basically, we get to go on a date later, and we can go on a date either with Tifa, who's here, another character that hasn't been introduced to us, in fact, two other characters that haven't been introduced to us, or, funnily enough, Barrett. And the latter, of course, is done in all silliness. This was 1997. But it's a lot of fun. It's very funny, a bit unusual. But the point is, especially if you're not playing on Switch, if you're playing on, say, Xbox or PlayStation or Steam, by getting the date with Barrett, you actually get a trophy unlock. And as I say, you can't really get that on the Switch, but you can still get the scene. So I'm going to explain to you how to get the date with Barrett, which is very, very difficult. It's the most difficult of all of the 4 dates that you could get. You have to be very specific with the options that you choose. But I will explain those to you, and then if you don't really care about the trophy, or if you'd rather go on a date with one of the other characters, then you might want to choose some of the other options. But for this case here, we're going to select to give the flower to Marlene. That will give a +5 point bonus to Barrett. If we choose the top one, we'll give +5 date points to Tifa. You can't see the amount of points you have, it is a hidden number, but I will explain what those points are as we get moving here. Okay, so Marlene seems a little shy. So once again, we actually need to exit, I remember now. And then Barrett will come storming in. Yeah, he doesn't really know subtlety, Barrett, does he? Huh? Where do you get that flower? Cloud gave it to me. Oh. Did you thank him? Thank you, Cloud. We'll take care of you. You alright, Barrett? Great! Get in here, fools. We're starting the meeting. He's very laid back in his insults, isn't he, Barrett? Just very casual in them. You know, the people that he's paying are just waiting around, as they should be, to discover their next move, to receive their next orders, and they just randomly get called fools. I suppose it's very important to make sure that they know who's in charge. Now, we can actually head on that pinball machine ourselves immediately and go down towards the hideout, and we are going to need to do that, but there's a little optional dialogue here that we can take part in with Tifa. And what I'm going to recommend here is to choose Give Me Something Hard, because if you choose I Don't Feel Like It, then you're going to get 5 date points with Tifa, which could push her over the edge. Although I don't think it's likely that that would happen, because some of the other characters already start with more date points anyway. But just to be safe, to make sure that we don't miss out on the trophy date, I'm going to select this one here for 0 points to any character. You know, I'm relieved you made it back safely. What's with you all of a sudden? That job wasn't even tough. I guess not. You were in Soldier. Make sure you get your pay from Barrett. Don't worry, once I get that money, I'm out of here. Cloud, are you feeling alright? Yeah, why? No reason. You just look a little tired, I guess. Okay, I don't think there's any more dialogue with Tifa for now, so without any further ado, let's head on down, see what's going on in the hideout here. Right, so basically now, we just need to get through some more dialogue to advance the game so that we can move on to the next area. Was there anyone from Soldier fighting us today? None? I'm positive. You sound pretty sure. If there was anyone from Soldier, you wouldn't be standing here now. He's a bit cocky, isn't he, Cloud? Don't go thinking you're so bad just because you was in Soldier. Wow. Biggs must be stronger than he looks, able to hold back a Barrett there. Maybe not. Yeah, you're strong. Probably all them guys in Soldier are. But don't forget that your skinny ass is working for Avalanche now. Don't get no ideas about hanging on to Shinra. Staying with Shinra? You asked me a question and I answered it, that's all. I'm going upstairs. I want to talk about my money. Okay, and just as we're leaving here, Tifa likes to stop us. Ah, Tifa, let him go. Looks like he still misses the Shinra. Oh, shut up. I don't care about neither Shinra nor Soldier. But don't get me wrong. I don't care about Avalanche or the planet for that matter. Yeah. Something's happened to Cloud, hasn't it? It must have done. Made him such an uncaring individual that he now is. Just working for the highest bidder regardless of the cause. I suppose that's what it means to be a mercenary. Listen, Cloud, I'm asking you, please join us. Sorry, Tifa. The planet's dying. Slowly but surely, it's dying. Someone has to do something. So let Barrett and his buddies do something about it. It's got nothing to do with me. So, you're really leaving? You're just going to walk right out and ignore your childhood friend? What? Okay, it's another dialogue option here. And this is the way this one works. How can you say that will give you +5 date points for Tifa? And if you choose the sorry option, you get no change at all. So, just to keep things safe with Barrett, I'm going to go ahead and select the sorry option. You forgot the promise too. Yeah, you did forget. Sorry guys, just grabbing some of my tea here in real life. Flashback sequence now, and as you can probably tell from the sky, this is taking place outside of Midgar. I thought you would never come, and I was getting a little cold. So there's Ickle Cloud, just sitting there next to the well, waiting for Tifa. Sorry I'm late. You said you wanted to talk to me about something? Come this spring, I'm leaving town for Midgar. All the boys are leaving town. But I'm different from them. I'm not just going to find a job. I've just realised that Cloud's got a ponytail. At least as a kid here he has. Is that just a way of making him look younger? Seeing as how the field models don't really do a great job at that otherwise, do they? I want to join Soldier. I'm going to be the best there is, just like Sephiroth. First mention of a character that we know very little about. Sephiroth? The great Sephiroth? Although whoever Sephiroth is, he seems to be someone of infamy and an idol to the young boys here. Isn't it hard to join Soldier? I probably won't be able to come back to this town for a while. Huh? If you make it, will you be in the newspapers? I'll try. Hey, let's make a promise. If you get really famous and I'm ever in a bind, you'll come and save me, alright? What? If I'm ever in trouble, my hero will come and rescue me. I want to experience that at least once. What? Come on, promise me. Alright, I promise. And there we have it, the promise has been made. You remember now, don't you, our promise? I'm not a hero, and I'm not famous, so I can't keep our promise. But you got your childhood dream, didn't you? You joined Soldier. So come on, you've got to keep your promise. Look at that. Barrett is so manly, he doesn't even use the pinball machine to elevate him back up. Wait a sec, big time soldier. Come on, a promise is a promise here. Hey, we got paid 1,500 gil. This is my pay? Come on, don't make me laugh. What? Hang on, does that mean that Cloud signed up to this job without actually agreeing how much he was going to get paid? You got the next mission lined up? I'll do it for 3,000. What? It's okay, it's okay. Psst, we're really hurting for help, right? That money's for Marlene's schooling. 2,000. Thanks, Cloud. Don't worry, Barrett. Once we've maxed out and sold some all materia later on, Marlene's schooling will be sorted. And it's time to rest. So that is the in theme that you're hearing there. You'll be hearing that several times throughout the adventure. Okay, so not a whole lot to do down here in the hideout. So I guess Cloud just slept in the corner. So we'll make our way back up. Right, now before we go ahead and speak to Barrett, you have one opportunity here to speak to Tifa and get 5 date points for Barrett here. Once you've spoken to Barrett, you can't do this. And we're going to go ahead and select Barrett snoring kept me up. If you select the other option, you get 5 date points for Tifa. Right, and it seems Tifa's going to be coming with us. Okay, now we can speak to Barrett. Right, so Barrett is going to want us to do a tutorial at this point. A Materia Tutor. You remember that restore materia that we found in the previous episode before the boss? Well, the game gives us an opportunity here to learn how to use it. However, the tutorials in this game suck. They're incredibly boring, incredibly monotonous, and basically I would just recommend avoiding them. I will try and guide you through the process of learning the game mechanics in Final Fantasy VII, so you shouldn't need to use them anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and select You Wouldn't Understand, and just to clarify, neither of these dialogue options will affect the date points at all for anybody. Okay, and we now have access to the materia system. If you remember, we couldn't previously equip that restore materia, but now we'll be able to do so. Cloud, I got a message from the weapon shop man upstairs. He has something he wants to give you, don't forget. Marlene, you watch the store while we're gone. Yeah, because that's responsible. Leaving a 4-year-old in charge of a bar. Great parenting right there, Barrett. Alright, good luck. Okay, and that's pretty much it now. We're done in the 7th heaven for the time being. But before we make our way back out of the town up here, there's a couple of things we can go ahead and do. A couple of little optional bits. First of all, there's a shop here. Ah, another slow day. This keeps up, this store's going under. Can't sell any really good medicine in a slum like this. Well, what? Look at this. This doesn't happen every day. Are you a customer? Yes, welcome. We sell, we buy. Interesting. He's just said he's going out of business. Didn't think they'd be wanting to stock up on things. I can imagine the, wanting to sell to us, but the buying from us is probably not good business sense, to be honest with you. Anyway, you can go ahead and stock up on potions, Phoenix Downs, and antidotes. Potions restore life, or sorry, restore health. Phoenix Downs restore life, and antidote remove the poison status ailment, which you probably are going to be seeing some of in a little while, but I'm not going to bother spending any money on that for the time being. And in terms of materia, you might want to stock up on a couple of these. You don't actually have the fire materia yet, which means it might be worth purchasing at least one of those. I'll go ahead and do that. The others we do have, so I'm not going to worry about buying them, but you can always purchase them should you desire to have any duplicates, which can come in useful. But as I say, I'm not too fussed about it myself. Let's go ahead and leave the shop at this point. And we're going to enter into this next building now. There's a couple of things we can do while we're in here. We're going to go ahead and I'm not sure if this guy has anything of use for us. Let's have a look, shall we? Can't remember off the top of my head. Okay, yeah, he's got the iron bangle, and that's actually a nice item. You might want to go ahead and purchase 3 of those. It's an upgrade from the current bangles that our party members are wearing. So let's just go ahead immediately and swap those round. Iron. And iron. And then what I recommend doing at this point is just going ahead and selling those bronze bangles that we just unequipped. We won't need those again. We can go ahead and sell all 3 there. And now we're going to head upstairs. Sometimes that kid can get in the way, but you can actually make it up those stairs, as you just saw then. So if he's in the way, just kind of try and get around him. Right, now this is the main reason we've come up here. This blue ball. This is another materia, and it's the all materia. So I'll talk about that in a moment's time. And after we've grabbed that, a treasure chest containing an ether is just going to fall from the sky, as they do. Yeah, you need to mind your head in this game. Actually, I'm joking. I think that's the only time a treasure chest ever comes falling from above there. Could be wrong on that, but... got the save points, which I'm going to ignore for now. And you can speak to some of these guys for more tutorial options if you want to. But I'm going to go ahead and ignore them for the time being. And that's pretty much everything we need to do. You can head up to the next floor by using the ladder if you want, but there's nothing exciting up there, no more items to grab. So we're going to go ahead and exit that building and just sort out the equipment and materia we've just gone ahead and purchased and looted. First of all, you'll notice that Tifa is in the front row there. And that's actually fine because she's a melee character. She uses her fists to fight. So that's the perfect place for her to be. And Barrett is still in the back row, which is also perfect. Right, we've already equipped the iron bangles. So we're just going to briefly sort out the materia here. Now, we've got a choice. You can see that these 2 materia slots, that's these round circles here. This one here has not got anything equipped in it in terms of materia. But these 2 have the lightning and ice materia equipped. If I go ahead and unequip those, you can see that the 2 slots are connected together. That means that if you equip materia, 2 materia in these slots that have synergizing effects, that synergy is going to work because these 2 slots are connected. So for example, if I put the restore materia here, and then connect the lightning materia, well, I will be able to cast cure in battle and bolt in battle, but it doesn't really matter whether I equip them in these positions, or whether I equip the restore materia down here, for example, and the bolt up here, because neither of these magics actually synergise with each other. However, if I keep the bolt or the lightning magic equipped, materia equipped, and then put the all materia in the other slot, then these two do synergise. And just as a hint, basically, if the materia is blue, there's a good chance it's going to synergise with the green materia. What all is going to do is turn your green materia into an AoE effect. So with the lightning materia equipped here, bolt will be cast on every enemy in the battle. Had I put the restore materia in this slot, then cure would be cast on every friendly character in battle. Right now, restore is going to cast cure only on a single party member, which is absolutely fine, but there we go. Right, Barrett can have fire and he can have ice, and I'm going to give Tifa the restore materia. So you don't have to set up your materias in that fashion, but I find that to be a good balance so that the characters can use various magics as and when that needs to be the case. One thing to note as well is that equipping materia does alter your stats. You'll notice how Barrett currently has 330 max health and 52 max MP. Well, if I unequip those materias, he's now got 13 more health and a couple of points less MP. So, it's not really significant, doesn't really affect your stats all that much, but it does make a change. Just bear that in mind, okay? And there we have it. We're nicely ready now for the challenges that lay ahead of us. So we're going to just head across here. And we're going to go ahead and board the train. But I think we'll go ahead and take a break at this point. We'll use the trusty save point that's located in the same position as before. And then we'll pick up next time. If you guys still want to carry on watching this series, that is, of course, with the train ride followed by the next dungeon. So thanks for stopping by for the video, folks. I hope it's been enjoyable to you. Hope it's been a help to you if you're new to the game and are playing along with me. Don't forget to leave a like if it has been helpful, and come back soon for more Final Fantasy VII. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.